Yala Sangha. Welcome to day 11 of our 31 days of yoga. In January 2020, I was in India with my teachers, and each day we would walk down to the hall where we studied with them and practiced with them, and there would be these beautiful designs on the ground made from rice flour. They're called columns. And each morning, the ladies who worked at the place, the resort where we're staying, would come down and make these beautiful, intricate, symmetrical designs on the ground with all sorts of colours of rice flour. They're super beautiful. And as the day progressed, because they were on the ground, people would walk over them, and the rain would come down, and they would be, by the end of the day, they were mostly gone. And that's like a bit like our practice, okay? Like we come into it and we feel grounded and connected, and then somebody says the wrong thing, somebody cuts us off in traffic, our mind starts to wander. But the beautiful thing about the columns is each morning the ladies would come back, sweep away yesterday's column if there was anything left, and put down these beautiful new columns. So each day they would lay down a new design, and same's true for us, okay? Each day we get the chance to begin again. So my teachers said one of the beautiful things about the practice, the physical practice, is you can take one posture and really explore it. So we're going to work from a lunge today, a low lunge, and explore lots of movements around that, okay? And we'll see where we get to and how things feel. So start coming to all fours. You know by now probably that this is one of my favourite positions to start from, and just crawl it around. You can crawl it forwards, crawl it backwards, okay? Move anything that's in your way, out of the way for the moment. And start by tucking underneath your toes. Let your hips come back towards your heels. See how that feels today, and open up into down dog. Gently taking one heel down and the other heel down. It doesn't matter if you practice in the morning or at night. You practice when it feels right for you, or the afternoon, or just when you get the time. From here, reach out with one foot to the space behind you, okay? Maybe push your heel down like we did one of the first days, the heel of your standing leg, and then bring your knee forward of the back leg and push all the way through and land your foot. Let your back knee come down and come to this shape here. See if you can send your hips forward towards your heel. Okay, so this hip is almost trying to come to this heel. If you're super flexible, it might, okay? And then start to move this foot around a bit. And I always think it's a bit like what we're doing is going round the clock face. Okay, so we're using our low lunge as a base for everything else we're doing. Okay, good. Lunge in a little bit more. Good. And stay in your low lunge, but inhale, lift both arms up. And as you exhale, bring them down inside your hands. And move from side to side. Moving your hips from side to side, your shoulders from side to side. Okay. Good, and then let's try all of that on the other side. So bring your front leg back, tuck underneath your toes, let your hips come back toward your heels, and again drift up into down dog. Check your neck is relaxed, pedal out your heels. See how that feels for you today, and then reach back with the other leg. You want to lift a little higher, you can lift a little higher. The standing leg, you can drop the heel, see how that feels up and down the back of your leg, and then bring your knee forward. Place your foot through between your hands. Let your back knee come down, point your toes away, okay, good. And then come up to your lunge. And go through the same process on this side. Taking your hips forward towards your heel, moving that foot around, another option is to keep the heel where it is and move your toes around, okay? So change the direction of your foot. And you feel that especially like in the back of your lower leg. You know, there's a body of muscles in there. And you can feel that there, moving around. Good. And then we stay with our lunge position, but we inhale up with our arms. And we exhale down inside our leg. Maybe walk the foot a little wider to give yourself some more space to move from side to side. Maybe slightly backwards and forwards. I actually like to do a spiral movement here. Okay, and then hopefully get to some more spiral movements and spirals as a basis for coming to some postures as we go through the next couple of weeks together, 2.5, 3 weeks together. And then let your back leg come back. Take your knees wider, touch your big toes together, hips on your heels, elbows down, forehead down. Taking some slow breaths here. Lift your head, lift your elbows, walk your hands back towards your knees, bring your knees together. And again, always with the kneeling, right? Actually has a name, Vajrasana is the name for kneeling in yoga. Okay, and we can come to Malasana, which is squat from here. And maybe take your knees forwards and backwards. See how that feels for you today. And then bring your knees back together. We're coming back to our lunge again. And we're going to keep exploring that as our movement practice for today. Bring your hands forward. Tuck underneath your toes. Let your hips drift back towards your heels. Lift and lay your hands. Find that connection to the ground. And then float and drift up. Check your neck is nice and relaxed. You're looking underneath one armpit and the other armpit. Reach back with the first leg that you used. Reach a little further back, maybe a little bit higher, okay? And then bring that knee forward to your chest. Place it through between your hands. Let your back knee come down and drift up again, okay? Inhale, reach both arms up and slightly back. Exhale, bring them forward and frame your foot, okay? Keep your toes on the floor, but move forwards and backwards here. See how this feels, right? It's not a Simon Says practice, here's a suggestion of what you could do, and you notice and expand that depending on how you feel. Inhale, we go up, slightly back, maybe slightly further back if you feel okay. And then exhale forward. This time, when you land your hands and frame your foot, lift your toes, walk your hands a little bit further back, and shake off your leg from side to side. Maybe try and touch the floor with your toes and then bring them back. So we feel all this movement that maybe we don't always get in our bodies. And then come forward again, inhale up, slightly back, and exhale, come forward. Okay, frame your foot again. This one's a little bit trickier. Walk your hands back and see if you can land your hip on your back heel. For some people that's okay, for some people it's not so possible. If you're looking to add a little more balance to this, you can lean forward and reach for your big toe with your middle index finger and lift it up off the floor. Okay, if you want to challenge it even more, lift your other hand up off the floor so you're balancing just on the front of your shin, and then you can let that come down. Okay, it's a bit tricky. Okay, coming forward. Inhale up final time with your arms, slightly back, and exhale down inside your foot. Send your leg back, move your hands from side to side, your knees from side to side. Okay. Let your hands come towards the front, tuck underneath your toes, hips back towards your heels again. Drift your heels back and down towards the floor, pedaling out one side, pedaling out the other side. Trying to find what you need as you do this. What does my body need? There's kind of a lot going on in downward dog. Through your neck and shoulders, through your legs, through your spine. And then reach up with the opposite leg. So reach out behind, a little bit higher if you have that going on for your body. And then bring your knee forward and place your foot through between your hands. Let your back knee come down. Push in through the foot and let your body come up. Okay, good. See how it's feeling on this side now. We go through the same movements, not expecting necessarily the same results. Inhale, we're reaching up, slightly back, and exhale, we come forward and frame our foot. Connecting our thigh to our lower leg, moving our hips back, keeping our toes on the floor. See how that feels through that lower leg. Movement is fun, right? It's so like, yeah, I can't help myself but kind of make sounds as I move. Inhale, bring your arms up, slightly back again. And exhale, come forward and frame your foot. This time we lift the toes and we reach your toes from side to side. We point them forwards, backwards. Maybe we circle. So you kind of use the ball of the heel as a circle, as a sphere to move around from. Let your foot come down. Let's try again. Inhale up, slightly back. And exhale, frame your foot again. Walk your hands back. Remember, like we did on the other side, if you feel okay, hips back towards your heel. Okay. It's not possible for everybody, this movement, so stay up here if you're feeling like that's too much. Again, like we balanced on the other side, you can reach forward, take hold of your middle of your big toe. You can reach for your little toe your middle toe if you can, and then lift it a little bit higher. If that feels okay, if you're feeling super balanced, which I'm not, you can try and keep that up and take your hand up. Okay. Good. Balance is a practice, right? When we're doing acro yoga, we have other people there to catch us if we're going to fall, because it's not expected that everything is perfect every time we try and balance with something, okay? Okay, come forward again. Bend your front knee. Inhale, reach up again. And exhale, come down inside your foot. Walk your foot a little bit wider and hips from side to side. Okay. We've got one more posture to try today. You might need a cushion, maybe a stool, maybe a few books. Okay. And let your knee come back. Tuck underneath your toes. Again, let your hips come back towards your heels. This time we're going to land our foot outside our hand, not between our hands. Okay. So coming up into downward dog. Pedal out your heels, lift the first leg. A little bit higher if you can. And then land that foot outside the same hand. Okay. And let your back knee come down. Good. Push into the floor and come up for a moment. For me, I'm coming up because my microphone is coming off. Okay. And give everything a good shake off. Roll through your shoulders. Okay. Let your hands come down inside your front foot and slide your back knee a little further back. This is where you might want something for your elbows, right? You might want a yoga block or two, or books, or stools, or cushions, or bolsters, because we're going to, our hand that's beside our foot, we're going to try and get that elbow closer to the floor. Okay, just come up and down. Try and use the exhale to get a little bit deeper. For some of you who are blessed with flexibility, but we all, you know, for the people who find this difficult, you're probably blessed with strength, right? So sometimes it's the strength of our body that's stopping us get deeper into movements, but we're looking for a balance between the two. It might be comfortable to take both hands forward and let both elbows come down towards the floor into lizard posture. Watch for really rounding through your spine and not being able to breathe. Okay. Try and keep some kind of length of your head going forward and your hips going back. Lift your elbows, walk your hands back, slide that front leg back, take both knees wide, touch your big toes together, hips on your heels, elbows towards the floor, forehead towards the floor. Let yourself relax and settle here. Slow breaths in and out, okay? We're not forcing our bodies into positions. Lift your head, lift your elbows, walk your hands back, and bring your knees together. Let your hips rest on your heels. Back into Vajrasana. Give them a wee shake off. Final thing we're going to do is do that on the other side. So hands will go forward, tuck underneath your toes. Let your hips come back to rest on your heels. Let your heels drift back and down. Take slow breaths here. Pedaling one way, pedaling the opposite side. Moving your chest back in the direction of your legs. And then raise the leg you haven't had forward in the last few moments and bring it forward outside your hand. Let your back knee come down, point your toes away, bring your body up, give everything a good shake off, roll your shoulders, okay, inhale up, opening, and exhale down inside your foot. Maybe moving from side to side here. Okay, let's see how we got on this side. Slide the back knee a little further back. Take your cushion or whatever you want. So you could use something like this and place your elbow beside your foot and your hand point towards the opposite hand. That's one way of doing this. And just hang out here. If it's possible, you can take both hands a little further forward and let both elbows come a bit closer to the floor, extending out through your whole body. And walk your hands back underneath. You can stay there longer if it's helpful to stay there longer. Slide your front leg back, both knees a bit wider. Touch your toes together. Drift your hips back onto your heels. Let your elbows soften towards the floor, your forehead soften towards the floor, and take slow breaths here. Slowly in, slowly out. Lift your head, your elbows, walk your hands back towards your knees. So I want is to think about finishing our practice in a relaxation, not a seated position today, okay? Though seated should be quite relaxing. So you can either finish with your legs over a couch, okay, like this. And place your hands on your belly, or one hand on your belly and one hand on your heart, okay, or whatever else feels comfortable for you. Or you can finish with your legs up against the wall, okay? So the best way to do that is get your hips as close to the wall as possible and then spin yourself around and place your feet up against the wall and let your arms open up wide. If you're a runner, this is lovely, okay? If you've been for a long run and you're doing this after a long run, that lunge position will help with the hip flexors, and then this position is really helpful for your legs to relax and rest. Okay, so for our final minute or so together, just let yourself follow your belly rising and falling as you inhale and exhale, okay? Smooth breath like yesterday. If you want your arms wide, or you don't like your legs against the wall or over the couch, then switch your position to something that feels good for you. If you have more time, take more time to rest. If 20 minutes or so is your limit, then start to let your body move. Keep the effects of today's practice with you as long as you can. Remember, we redo our kolam tomorrow. So it's Kolam, if you're looking them up. They're so beautiful. They mainly came from southern India, Tamil Nadu, and then spread through the rest of India. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Yala Sangha. Be kind to yourself and to someone else. See you tomorrow.